Welcome to useless Titan builds you will never need. Today, it's a Strand build, and this one is interesting because a lot of things really work. I've come to the conclusion that Ergo Sum is the best exotic for this. Well, let me explain how this actually works first. So your whole goal is to proc Banner of War. Banner of War is from melee or sword kills, and good thing about this is that Ergo Sum is a sword that you can get quite frequently, and you can pair it up with any strand weapon of your choice. Honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with Round Robin, Aisha's Care, Rufus's Fury, and Immortal. And when you pair it up with something like a slice weapon, whenever you use your barricade, you sever them. And this build does a lot, and it's kind of hard, mainly because of the seasonal artifact mod, but let's explain how the Wishful Ignorance works. Gain an additional Frenzy's Blade charge. Frenzy's Blade and Fletched Storm briefly increase their damage with each strike. Pulses from your Banner of War returns melee energy based on the number of allies healed. So essentially, you want to proc Banner of War and then be around as many teammates as possible. You will get all your melees back essentially instantly. It's really good, and that will allow you to do a lot of damage. If you can proc it in the right place, you will be able to kill a lot of people. That's also if you can hit a lot of people with it. But, so you want to use Fletched Storm and Banner of War. These two are the go-to aspects for this. I use Grapple Nade because I enjoy using Grapple Nade. And I'm using the fastest barricade so I can proc Slice faster. My Strand Fragments are Thread of Rebirth. Strand Final Blows has a chance to create a Threadling. Thread of Isolation, landing rapid precision hits, admits severing burst from the target. And then of course Thread of Ascent with Grapple. And Thread of Propagation. Powered melee Final Blows grants your Strand weapons Unraveling Round. Right. Now, this is where everything becomes stronger essentially. So I've Horde Shuttle, damaging unraveled targets occasionally spawns a Threadling. So, that's really good. I could run the fragment that increases my Threadling damage, but I've chosen not to. I can't really suspend anyone, so I'm not using anything for suspending in that sense. But you also have Unraveling Orbs. Picking up an Orb of Power or Tangle grants Strand weapons Unraveling Rounds, another way to get Unraveling Rounds on my gun. Vial of Weave. Targets hit by Tangles are severed. Reduce Tangle cooldown by picking one up. And of course, probably the best one out of all of them, 2 Shreds. Dealing sustained damage to severed targets unravels them. Defeating a severed target creates a hotspot of strand energy granting Woven Mail to nearby allies for a short duration. Essentially, what this is the same thing as Into Fray. This is one of my favorite strand aspects, and it gives you Woven Mail essentially at all times. But you don't get the melee regeneration rate, which is unfortunate, but that doesn't really matter because you have the Wishful Ignorance, so essentially it becomes that. So you have 3 fragments at the same time. It's kind of like running Cryoclasm and Howl of the Storm with Diamond Lances, because you have the helmet. It's essentially the same thing, but on Strand, and it's really niche, and enjoy the video. Hopefully I got some good clips that you might enjoy. Alright. It's kind of a joke video. I'm not actually thinking this build is good in the slightest. It's a niche build, and it has its flaws like every other build does. Me personally, I haven't used it enough to say if it's really that strong or if it's really bad. Like most of these setups, they have their moments, but a lot of the time you're just gonna get hit by something that just doesn't care. My biggest problem has actually been Knockout Titans for this setup. They seem to just not give a fuck, and it's very unfortunate. So, you know, Banner of War with all of this setup is cool and all, but it's only when you manage to set it up. And look, you can kill a lot of people with the Frenzy's Blade. It's incredible. Like, it does so much damage, and you get it so much. You have it essentially a constant uptime of it. So if you really like to use that ability, this build is probably for you. Now, this gameplay you're watching in the background is me kind of just shitting on some people. But much more than that, I don't really have anything to add on to it. I hoped I was getting some streamer reactions of me playing against them with this build, but the only one I have is Walla, and we all backed out because it was Disjunction. So, you know, there's that. But besides that, I haven't been playing much. I might upload a video explaining what happened and why I'm kind of not here at the moment. But I'm gonna think about that for a future date. But if you want to watch this stuff live on Twitch when I make these builds to try to have some fun, come and watch me. Links will be in the description, and I love every single one of you who watches my videos and continuously supports me. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Goodbye.